Welcome back. As promised, Blue Dart is the corporate which is on our show right now. The stock has done phenomenally well in the last 6 months. Just in August, it was a sub 2,000 rupee stock. So since that, the stock has moved up nearly 125%. Aneel Gambhir, the CFO of the company, now joins us on the show. Mr. Gambhir, morning. Your margins have shown a phenomenal improvement in the last few quarters at 21.3%, the Q3 levels. Is it sustainable, and what will be the margin drivers going ahead?
Good morning to you. Firstly, for the last 1.5 years, we have been working on a number of initiatives, as I have been talking earlier in the past on the interviews. So we have worked on yield rationalization and also cost management. Both have helped us in terms of improving our top line and bottom line. And as we are seeing a lot of positive news, be it talking about Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, or be it 5 trillion economy. I think if we are going to pursue that, and also in light of what recently has been forecasted, that this year is going to be 11-12% GDP growth. That's a new financial year. Which will be ending by March 2020. I think all these are good indicators for us, not only in short term, but also long term. We being the barometer of industry and supporting business and trade, we feel that, we will have a positive, outlook. A bit cautious one because of wave 2, but then certainly we are positive on that.
So that's about the economy and the broad picture, but just particularly for your company, Blue Dart, if you could just tell us if the margins are sustainable at current levels, is there scope to improve it from here on? And also e-commerce has been rising. What is the growth rate from e-commerce and how much can it contribute going ahead?
E-commerce is one of the main vertical for us, the critical vertical for top line as well as bottom line. So, and post-pandemic, we have seen there's an increase in e-commerce business because people have been working from home and they would like to get shipment at their comfort at their homes. So obviously there has been good traction and good volume growth on e-commerce space. So we expect at least for some time to continue. And on the in view of the positivity of the economy which we are currently experiencing, and also we expect that to continue at least for some time. I think future business point of view it could be good. Not only from top line, but even sustainability of the margin on the bottom line, because the cost efficiency measures which are taken, they are sustainable measures, and I'm sure they will continue to deliver bottom line for us.
Okay, so margins are sustainable.
Yeah, may not be exactly the same level, but yes, maybe a slight here and there, but then definitely in a similar range may continue.
All right, Mr. Gambhir, morning, Prashant here. Will you have to take more price increases because fuel costs are continuing to inch higher?
Yeah, so price increase we have been taking every year to take care of inflationary items, like we have be it rentals, be it manpower cost, all that keeps increasing. So obviously that makes a good ground for us to pass on the impact of inflation to the customer. So we have been taking that, and this year also we have announced GPI effective 1st January, which currently is being worked upon, and we have seen good traction on that. So that's where we expect that thing to continue.
Mr. Gambhir, in your industry, could you tell us pre-COVID what was the share between organized and unorganized in that sense? Large players and small players, let me put it that way. If not exactly just before COVID, but maybe a couple of years ago, what is it now? Is the share moving towards larger and larger players?
So let me tell you, when you talk about organized and unorganized, by the name, as name suggests, they are unorganized. So it will be very difficult to predict. However, when you talk about market share, I can give you some indicators that we have been growing market share post-COVID, and we have already reached to the level of pre-COVID level, in somewhere in October, November. And now we are on growth trajectory. So we will continue to improve our market share, as be it air or be it ground, or even we are determined to work in the space of e-commerce, where also we intend to improve. We are looking at improving market share.
By how much your market share has gone up?
Sorry?
Do you know by how much your market share has gone up by?
Right now, it has not been measured because of pandemic period, and also not fully operational. Many things are not fully operational, so it may not give you right picture. But there are initial indicators which suggest that we have gained market share, especially on air and ground.
What is your exposure to the pharmaceutical sector, and are you getting any revenues from the vaccine rollout?
So we have good set of customers from pharma space, and as you know that during pandemic we have been continuously working with the pharma companies, and in fact we gained few of the newer customer during pandemic when everything was closed. So those customers are continuing with us, and so we expect that the pharma sector to continue to do well for us. On vaccine, I think it is too early because so far government has rolled out only for emergency services, and there we played our share of shipment we carried in middle of January and towards end of January. So two batches of dispatches had happened to government side, and we have carried few vaccines for emergency health workers. But as we move ahead, we expect that soon it will be opened up, and then we'll see how much share we get out of it.
Thank you, Mr. Gambhir, for joining in. The stock is down today, down about 1%, but the statements from the management are positive. We'll hold on to margins largely at the current rate. They've seen some margin improvement and pretty optimistic about e-commerce growth sustaining, going ahead. We'll slip into a break on that note. We'll come back with more on the markets.